Rooney was born in 1932, there was no professional football team in Pittsburgh. But when he was a year old, the Pirates Football Club, as the Steelers were then known, took the field for the first time. It didn't take young Dan Rooney long to get involved in his father's business.
I started to go to the training camp with my father when I was 5, and then I started to work as a ball boy, we call them water boys then. But when I was 14, John Sutter was the coach. I learned a lot from him.
Rooney got married and graduated from Duquesne with an accounting degree, but his first choice was neither accounting nor football.
I really wanted to be an architect when I was in high school.
But he did get involved with the Steelers, working first with player personnel. He soon joined his dad in managing the team. In the 1960s, he fought against horseshoe designs for Three River Stadium that would have favored baseball. But he and his dad didn't always see eye to eye. Dan didn't want to move to the American Football Conference in the big 1970 AFL-NFL merger.
I was totally against it. I thought this is a terrible thing. I had been really part of the wars where, we were trying to keep our players, trying to get players out of college.
In 1975, Dan Rooney became team president, but his dad was still the visible figurehead. His NFL accomplishments since taking the reins are legendary, chairing several committees, taking the lead on ending a player strike, and helping in the creation of the salary cap in 1993. And Rooney created the Rooney Rule, resulting in minorities getting more chances to coach in the NFL.
Dan, Art, Mike, Ben, and all the Steeler fans, congratulations on your 6th World Championship.
On the field, Rooney's the head of a team that has won 6 Super Bowls, more than any other.
This group of young players were just marvelous. I can't say enough about them. We had the toughest schedule in the league.
And he remembered his father when he became just the second father-son combination to be elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2000.
My father, one of the early men who did everything to make the NFL succeed. It is special to join him here.
He could be tough when he had to, like when bargaining for a new stadium and the possibility that the team might leave Pittsburgh.
What we have done is to say that if this doesn't get done, we are exercising our option, and all those options would be available.
Of course, the Steelers stayed, and years later, Rooney would fight to keep the team in the family when his brothers sold their shares.
Everybody was very congenial. Our thoughts now are to move everything forward and try to get, this worked out, this agreement worked out.
Off the field, one of Rooney's greatest loves was flying.
Everybody all set?
And in 2008, I had the chance to take the skies with him.
When you get in the plane, you really have to concentrate. You let everything else go out of your mind and things like that. Willie Parker running and Ben throwing and things like that. So it's just good diversion.
He did have one scare when he was forced to make an emergency landing.
All the electrical system entirely went out, and I had to come in, and I couldn't talk to the tower. So I pulled after I tried to do everything, I couldn't get him. I pulled out my cell phone and called 911. And actually, I got 911 up in the Greensburg area, and I told the fellow that I was having a problem. This was Dan Rooney, and he said, "Yeah, it's Dan Rooney." I said, "It is."
Rooney made waves when he supported Barack Obama for president.
Does he have to give up any loyalty to the Bears now?
He's giving me a special dispensation.
Rooney's Irish roots were always important to him. He helped create the Ireland Fund in the 1970s, led the team on a trip to Dublin in 1997, and after supporting Obama for president, the president named him the U.S. ambassador to Ireland.
He and his family are as gracious and thoughtful a group of people as I know, and so I know that he is just going to do an outstanding job.
As Rooney moved to a new role, he was able to reflect on what he saw as his greatest accomplishment.
I think the biggest thing would be keeping the Steelers in Pittsburgh in a viable way, playing, good football, and, realizing that the fans are why we're here.
His legacy is undeniable. As part of major improvements to the team headquarters, it was renamed the UPMC Rooney Sports Complex. For Dan Rooney, though, it was never about him.
The players are the reasons we are making these changes, and we want these facilities to be the tops in the NFL.
And he also recognized the importance of handing down the Rooney name from his father, through him, to his son, Art Rooney II.
That he treated everybody as people. And I've tried to carry that on, and I'm sure Art will carry it on after. So it's the right way to be.
With family, with football, with life, Dan Rooney, a shining example of the right way to be.
Now, it's a beautiful tribute there to Dan Rooney, put together by our Albie Oxenreider, and one of the things that struck me is you could see as time went on, you know, him getting frailer and frailer, and you know, we all knew he was 84 years old.
Right.
You know, we knew it was a matter of time, and in recent weeks and months, you know, he missed some pretty big things. He didn't go to the, I think it was the owners' meeting. You know, he's always
in Phoenix,
there, right?
yeah.
And he also missed his Ireland Fund dinner. He helped start the Ireland Fund. It was so close to his heart, and that was just something that was very unusual, and kind of a heads up to those who know him that he would not be doing well. And speaking of the Ireland Fund, his son, Art II, I believe it was, said just the other day how being named ambassador to Ireland was really one of the highlights of his life. You know, he never forgot those Irish roots. It was so very important to him. And I think it was it Catherine? Catherine, were you, no, maybe it was Courtney Brennan, was at the Heinz History Center, where you see a display of the whole Rooney family, you know, and they, you know, they're that classic story of making a success in America. You know, they came over from Ireland. One of the grandfathers used to run a tavern, and look at that family now. Look at the impact that they've had on the game of football, on the city of Pittsburgh. It's really true.
When your entire family, Peggy, makes it into a museum, you know you've done a good job.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And you mentioned the ambassadorship to Ireland. He brought football to Ireland. They had
Yes, I remember.
they had touch football games, you know, with the folks in Ireland. So he brought the game there to them. And as you mentioned, it was the American Ireland Fund, also the United Way, Duquesne University, and the Catholic Church. Those were his big passions. Here.
Joe, I just wanted to answer your question. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Kathy.
You had a question earlier about Ike Taylor being one of the pallbearers and why that was. I'm just reading through the program a little more closely here, and it says that he was representing the Steelers players, so that's why he was joining the grandsons there.
Yeah, I